The front's starting to come up nicely. Turf has arrived and we're now preparing the lawn. Let me show you the new turf. Okay, we're on to day 3 now, and you wouldn't believe it, it's 11 o'clock. I keep saying to my girlfriend that brickies are on site at like 7:30, they're laying bricks by latest 8:30, and in fact, to make that even more clear, there's some guys across the road doing a driveway and they're on it at 8 AM laying bricks, so I feel like I'm starting very late on in the day. But I'm going to work all day and see what I can get done. So this is day 3 and I'm going to show you the progress so far. So the planters, the front's starting to come up nicely. We've got the first row of bricks in, we've got the risers there for the next steps. That there is actually up to height, which I've said in a previous video. So I'm going to see what I can get done today. I want to get this finished today. It's an ambitious task, but I've got a lot of hours, I'm by myself, I can focus, there's no distractions. So let's get on with it. We're coming to the end of the day now. It's 8 PM, so it's been a really long day of brickwork, but the steps have come along amazingly. There's only one more course to do and I'm really proud of what I've done today. There's a little bit of cleaning up as well that needs to be done too. I'm not making any more mortar. I don't know if I have enough to do the final bricks, but I can always do that tomorrow. But I'm going to show you what I've done today. So as you can see, there's only one course to go along the tops, those planters, but the stairs are done, the treads. So if you were to go level with them, all you'll see is the red facing brick. It's going to look stunning when I've got the really nice treads on there. When the patio comes over the top, it's going to look amazing. So I'm going to use the rest of my mortar, that's what I've got left, and just see where I get up to.
They look amazing. Colour. Obviously you still need to touch up on some of these. But
it's looking good, isn't it?
It is.
When you're bricklaying, it really does get your neck. Honestly, if I hadn't recorded this, I don't think anyone would believe that I'd built it. So I'm glad I've got the evidence. But today I got up early, I've been cracking on, and I've built the wall, or building the wall, which takes the path off at the salon and the garage, which is here. I've only got probably 2/3 of the way. I've got that last little bit to do, and that carries the steps, which will come down onto what will be a patio area here. So it's cracking on really well. I'm going to get on with it because the mortar mix is drying out. Hey guys, please ignore the hat situation. Like I said, it's extremely hot today, so I'm having to protect my neck from the sun. It's already burned pretty bad. Just want to show you the wall that I've built, which takes the path right next to the garage and the salon, and I've just started laying out for the remaining steps, which take you down to the other patio area at the bottom. So I'll show you that now. So that's the new wall, and the turf's being barrowed in as well. So you can see the height of the garden and the new wall right there. I've stepped this down. I'm going to run my lines off these bricks here, and I'm going to run them into this here, which is where I'm laying out for my new steps. So you've got a bit of shade and a bit of overexposure. So that there is the first step, and then that's the second step, and then the third, which runs all the way across the top. Turf has arrived, and we're now preparing the lawn. Well, what will be the lawn. We've got all of the new topsoil down on the ground here. We're just filling in some last little bits behind me, and before we start putting the turf down, I want to make sure it's really level, and I want to compact it a little bit, but not too much, because it needs to be airy enough for the garden, for the turf to actually, all the roots to take into the soil. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done today, and I want to make sure that this garden's really nice and level. With the way that we're compacting the soil is we're just standing on the soil and just like stepping sideways, and that just the weight of your body presses the soil down. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So it's been a big team effort, and finally the topsoil is down and it's level, or as level as it can possibly be before we start putting the turf down. Looking really good. Just needs fluffing up just before we put the turf down and watering. So yeah, we'll get going with that. Let me show you the new turf, the planters, the steps, and the wall which takes the pathway down by the garage. So this is it. That's the turf. It's just been laid. You've got the planters over in the background, the new wall just down the side. When this has been all leveled up and the new pathway is put in, it's going to look unbelievable. Feels like a long time since I've been able to pick up the camera and speak to it about the projects that I'm working on. But as you know, we've been building the garden wall, and I'm just adding the final 2 courses on top of the planters. So that's 1 course already gone in this afternoon, and then I'm just building the second one now. Over here I'm using commons because it's at the back and the soil level will be up to that brick anyway, so you won't see those bricks. So I'm saving these nice red bricks. And also, I can't believe that the garden and the grass and the turf that we put down is so long right now. I mean, what is all of this grass about? I can't believe how long it is. There's something about the build of these planters that I haven't addressed yet, and that's the shape of them. So because they are a rectangle shape, you would assume that the corners are 90 degrees each. Well, you'd be wrong. So maybe this is a DIY mistake and a professional wouldn't have made this mistake. But from the look of it, these look 90. However, if you were to measure them, it works out that there's a few mil out and it's not perfect 90s all the way around. And that's because I've gone with the retaining wall parallel to the house extension at the back, and from this wall here parallel with the garage. So if these two are not a 90 and this fence isn't 90 to the property, then these planters are going to be a bit of a different size each. So it's safe to say that the back is a little bit shorter than the front, because I believe that as you go down the garden gets wider like that, and therefore so do my planters, even though they are quite small. That's it guys, it's taken about 5 hours of solid brickwork, but the planters are finally done. The only thing left to do with them is to put the coping on, and that's not coming for a while, but that's going to be a really exciting day. So I'm going to show you the planters now they're finished. So as you can see, I've got my wall running down the garden, I've got my first step from the patio above, and then I've got 2 courses of brick which I've just added, which are the top of the planter, and there's going to be a nice cope that runs all the way along the top of those rectangle planters. And we've got these beautiful steps, and then this one's done as well, all jointed and brushed off. Just hope for good weather tonight so it dries really well. I'm so glad that these are finished. So many nights of drawing and thinking about different designs and styles, choosing the bricks, and I'm proud to say they're finished. And this happens to be the material which will make up the stair treads and the coping. So this is Bulgarian papyrus limestone. This one is 30mm thick. It's a beautiful piece of stone, and I'm very lucky to be using this in my garden. I'll be sourcing it from a company called Rock Unique, and that is going to make up all of the stair treads on these steps, on top of the planters for the coping, the whole of the patio around to this first step, and on this walkway we're going to just fill in with a different type of material. It's not fully decided yet, and it definitely won't be in this colour, but we're thinking concrete blocks, creating a herringbone style down the garden. It's going to look amazing.